Hey guys, Travis Gillespie here. Today we're looking at experimental probability. Okay, we have two words that we want to combine together real quick. What does that word experimental mean? Well, it means you're probably testing or observing something. So let's just write down that you're testing something out. So you're testing something. And what does that word probability mean? Well, it means you're taking a look at the possibility of something happening. So what we're doing here with experimental probability is testing the possibility, probability, so the possibility of something happening or an event occurring. Let's just write of an event. So experimental probability, you're testing the possibility of an event, and typically with experimental probability, you're going to run the test first, and then you're going to collect some data. Let's just write that down. You're collecting data or information. So let's look at these first two problems. We're asked for each experiment just to identify the outcome. I'm going to highlight that key word, outcome. Outcome, all it's asking us is, what do you see, what do you observe in both experiments? Well, in this first experiment, we see that two coins have been tossed. One landed on tails, the other landed on heads. So all I really have to do here is write a capital T for tails, a capital H for heads. Now, some people may like to separate their information with a comma, and some people might even like to house their information using parentheses or brackets. You don't necessarily have to do that for every experiment that you run. So the capital T, the capital H is sufficient enough. Let's look at the next example here. So in this next one, we have two dice that have been rolled, and they call it number cubes, but when they land, what values do they land on? Well, I see it landed on a 2 here, landed on a 6 here. Now I'm going to write 2 followed by a 6. I'm actually going to separate these two numbers with a comma to separate them so that nobody thinks that it's 26. It landed on a 2, it landed on a 6. And that's all you have to do for identifying outcomes. You're just writing what you have observed. You've collected data.